Welcome to this week's installment of Reading with Robin, your number one destination since 2002 for insightful author interviews and discussions on everything literary. And with no further introduction, your host, Robin Call.
Ask Again, Yes. You have seen this book everywhere. It is a gorgeous cover. It will jump out at you. I know that I've seen it. I mean, the team at Scribner has done their job. Mary Beth Keane attended Barnard College, University of Virginia, where she received an MFA. In 2011, she was named as one of the National Book Foundation's 5 under 35, and in 2015 was awarded the John S. Guggenheim Fellowship for Fiction Writing. She currently lives in Pearl River, New York, with her husband and her 2 sons. She's the author of The Walking People, Fever, and now Ask Again, Yes. She's on the phone with me now to chat before she heads back out for more tour. Welcome to Reading with Robin, Mary Beth.
Hi, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. This cover is gorgeous. I mean, let's start with the real shallow stuff first, shall we?
Okay, perfect.
It's so amazing, and so when I tell the audience that they've seen it everywhere, on lists and articles, at their bookstores, every place, it is really stunning.
Totally. And I have had a difficult relationship with my books jackets in the past. I've not, loved them at first sight, and some of them the originals were replaced, but this one I loved immediately. I still love it when I spot it.
It's gorgeous. It says, read me, pick me up. Do not miss Ask Again, Yes. And it's as fabulous as the cover. How's that? The book's as awesome as the cover. Even
Good.
Better. And visit Mary Beth's site at marybethkeane.com. From there you can find her on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and touring all over. I think tours, to many readers, and I've been doing this for a long time and host events and all of that, I just think the tour sounds like maybe just a magical time, or it's a time outside of time after you've been spending so much time with your book.
I went on a pre-pub tour for this book, which was magical because we didn't have to worry about, the book wasn't out yet, so I didn't have to worry about getting butts in the seat, or worrying that nobody would show up. So now that the real tour has begun, it's a different place each evening, and I worry about people showing up. I always will. And whether they're bored or whether they're, they've been strong-armed into coming by their pals, and I feel badly if somebody, if a bookstore is hosting me and maybe they didn't get the turnout. I have 12 years of Catholic school under my belt, so I feel guilty about everything. But so far it's been going really well with this book. So
I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, that the Catholic school theme and certainly filters into the stories. I can relate on how closely related Jewish guilt and Catholic guilt are, and I have many friends we've had this discussion. So they're, different sides of the same coin, or however that goes. But it is an interesting concept. Yeah,
I think they're close competitors. I
don't know. Definitely toe-to-toe situation, and
exactly.
And the pre-pub tour is not something that all authors go on. So how was that decided, or what's the thinking behind doing that?
I'm not sure how it got decided. Some of the inner workings at Scribner, I'm not privy to, or at Simon & Schuster, but certainly when they asked me if I'd be willing to go, it made a lot of sense to me to go meet the independent booksellers around the country who would be hand-selling our books. And that is a whole part of the business I didn't understand until this book because I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
But it's really remarkable in this day and age that, so-and-so who has a bookshop somewhere in California has a close friendship with someone in Des Moines who has a friendship with someone in New Jersey, and they all give each other recommendations, and they're together at conferences, and they seem to be really good colleagues, even though they're all, working on their own shops. But it's a powerful group of people, and they're such sharp readers and such good readers that it was really cool to be able to talk to them in different parts.
I think it's an amazing way to get the buzz going for a book because, as you say, the bookstores are all around the country, and like any industry, you have those connections, and certainly people are friendly on Facebook, then they get to meet at these conferences, and the independent bookstore sellers, the hand selling that goes on, and when they champion a book, it does propel it into a whole other stratosphere of readers.
Absolutely.
And right? People walk into a bookstore, they're not sure what they're looking for, and when somebody puts a book lovingly into your hands and they have all those little cards that talk, the shelf talkers or whatever, that really does help sell. So I think and you have a great team at Scribner. I love working with them. Awesome tote bag this year.
Totally. Yeah, do you have the new one? Do you have the
course
summer
I
version?
do. Oh, yeah.
Good. Okay.
Oh, I don't miss those. like, what's going on? What books are out? Wait, we need the tote. And it was all around at Book Expo. But, yeah, we make sure we have those relationships solidly enforced because, you got to have the tote. So there are, and a lot of the booksellers will pre-pub, they do the galley pubs and the blurbs on the galleys, and so those are the booksellers that they have their own following, really.
They really do.
They do. And
because a lot of them have such good taste, so they're trusted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, sometimes when I don't know what to pick now, there's a few stores I'm going to look. So what are they doing for their book club this month?
Exactly. It is such a fascinating. I mean, it never gets old for me. I'm such a reader. That's why I do this. And all of the little fun book nerdy things that go on and the booksellers and all of the events that happen and the sub-events and the pre-sub events. I just love all of it. And the books that are tossed about. And as I was saying, and I'm on the phone with Mary Beth Keane. You can visit her site, marybethkeane.com. And you won't miss this cover. I mean, it really is just everywhere. It's gotten so much well-deserved, amazing attention. And talk about the book a little bit, what people should know, so we don't give away anything ever. The Reading with Robin gang knows we won't be spoiling anything. But I guess talk about the families in the story.
So it's about two families who live side by side as neighbors in a suburb of New York City. And the dads in both houses are cops with the NYPD. And they are friendly, the dads, but they're not close friends, but they're sort of bonded by what they do for a living. And the center of the book is about how the families become entangled. There's a tragic event, which I don't think is a plot spoiler. You sort of feel it coming.
Sure.
And the kids, the girl in one house and the boy in the other house, think they'll never see each other again. The families think they'll never see each other again because one family has to move away quite suddenly. But, of course, they do end up seeing each other again. And it's about sort of how the things that happen to you as a kid continue to have reverberations when you're grown and when you think you're long past them. But really, I think the book is about forgiveness and about love. Sometimes I think of it as Romeo and Juliet if Romeo and Juliet had lived and had to live together and, do their laundry and shop and raise kids. Where would they be 20, 25, 30 years? And so I hope that doesn't spoil any sort of plot.
Oh, no. It certainly didn't. And I think that the idea of the neighborhood and where we grow up and by by design or sometimes not, how neighbors really shape our lives and those become the kids that you become friendly with just by proximity. It made me really think about some of our neighborhood friends and what seemed maybe a little bit off or what was talked about or it's just the way so-and-so was. But as an adult looking back thinking, oh, wow, there was some really interesting stuff going on at other homes that you wouldn't have known about. You don't really know, even down to, an incident that happens in a supermarket and family then has a different supermarket, and even that's noticed, those are different just every little nuance that you just pick up on in a neighborhood. And we've had actually, because of Facebook, a lot of our old neighbors are friends on Facebook, and some stories have come out where I've thought, now that makes sense, or, these kinds of things. So I think that's a very interesting way to set a book. reminding me a little bit when I was reading Tom Perrotta's Little Children. I love books that are set in neighborhoods, whether it's something that's going on with the adults, something that's going on with the kids, where their whole family is involved. Those relationships are great to put under a microscope.
If you enjoyed this clip, you'll love the entire interview. Just visit robincall.com and subscribe to RWR Salon, where you'll be able to listen to all full-length Reading with Robin podcasts. With your new subscription, you'll become a member of our Facebook page, where we give away tremendous books twice a week and post exclusive content. You'll also get an awesome book surprise for your birthday, and first dibs and discounts to your favorite Reading with Robin events. So, go to robincall.com and subscribe today to RWR Salon for the low introductory rate. We look forward to seeing you there.